set that physical tone for the rest of the game, where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Forced out wide. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
On play action, here's Jackson. Forced out wide. There he goes again.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just take him what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here, and that will take us.
I told you I don't like him a little bit more.
Quarter of play. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. They begin with a 3rd down and 3. From the gun, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll try to throw here with Jackson. Escaping to his left.
Come on, man. You thinking about the jump or something.
Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd
I don't
down.
know, baby.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
It is 3rd and long. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now Jackson on 4th down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on 4th down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy.
Who is going to say?
Right side is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
They'll run it on 1st down with Henry. And he'll take this one in.
Over. When I say, he's going to knock the number 6 off that nigga jersey.
So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go, take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown. I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
A good return as he takes it across the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Get set, get set. Watch out. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
At the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 4. To throw is Purdy. 2 minutes to go. First half in a 2-point game. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Purdy.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack. It's going to bring up 4th down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. The blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on down.
What the fuck is this shit?
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure if this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
What? 180! 180! What is that?
Off the play fake. Jackson. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. And the Niners are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
White boy, play the guitar. Play the guitar. Play your funky music, white boy. Play your music, white boy. Play it. He ain't gonna catch you. Play your goddamn funky music, white boy. Oh.
81 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
The 49ers will line up
On play action, here's Purdy.
Ooh.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. keep those two off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Over his house. I came over his house and I want to press. Press the motherfucking issue.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return.
Hey, man,
Nice job
that's
on
the
the
way you shoot
return.
the phone.
He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Watch him. He sleep. He sleep. I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
Jackson now to throw on
I
first
knew not to
down.
believe him. I knew he was going to throw the short pass. I knew you were going to go for that motherfucking check down, dog.
Good job
Yeah, man.
defensively
Trying
to
to
meet
play
him
me,
just as
man.
the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
13.
Press that nigga. That ain't tough. Press that nigga.
Here's Jackson. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, man, don't try to, man, listen, man. Hey, man. This nigga feet stinking.
A first down throw for Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. The clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter.
2nd and 6. At the 50-yard line.
Hey, middle.
Hopkins sent in motion. Jackson now on second down.
Ooh, boy,
This
he
one
be
caught
full of boy,
downfield by Flowers. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big play there. Jackson to Flowers. 32 yards.
caught me slipping like a mother.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
You at X. 13.
Throwing Jackson.
Thank
Huge mistake
you.
late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Niners will take over at their own 14-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board. And there's an element of instincts, there's an element of understanding offensive game plan, and then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Watch out!
Off the play fake. Here's Purdy.
Yee.
That's to the sideline and
Do
intercepted.
you like
Picked
that?
up.
You just showed you, hold
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions, because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Let me see if I can do this. Yup. Ooh, yup. I can do that. Yup. On my mama's mama.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll look for
Oh
Flowers
my
downfield.
God!
That's
That
gonna
man
be
tried me.
incomplete.
He
They
said
took
all
a
or
shot
nothing,
on the
goddamn.
final play.
Got no time
Prayer
left. All
not
of
answered.
motherfucking
And
nothing.
that is how this first half will come to an end.
Damn, this nigga ball. This shit ain't fair. This shit ain't sweet right here.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
I hope so. Second half. This nigga ain't no hoe. Make a few minor mistakes, but he ain't no hoe.
Hey, you are X. You are X.
What you complaining about, Warren?
Go. Yo.
Jackson looking to throw. Forced out left. Taking off.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. That's Michael Williams in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third and 5.
Middle.
What you really bitching about, man?
13.
Back to throw. Jackson. Out to his
You gotta
right.
be from
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
Hey.
Play action now. Jackson. Flushed to his left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line.
nigga that damn big?
A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
At the 13-yard line.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be second down.
Man, you tried to fucking hurt me.
2nd and 8.
180.
To throw is Jackson. Exiting the pocket right. Off. And he will get into the end zone.
Hate this nigga, man.
Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
180.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man. Take it in for 2.
One of your legs standing there looking like you couldn't score for people.
Here in the third quarter.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here, this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Get set. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 6. Play action now. Purdy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Kyle Van Noy. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Possibly the play of the game right here. It is 4th down. Now Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
Okay. Doing this again.
They'll run it with Henry. And strong running indeed. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry.
10 yards on the pickup.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey.
Gonna go right back to Henry. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Hopkins sent in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the play off on 3rd and short. Now they face 3rd down and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on is Tyler Loop in a big spot. This to grab a late lead. Oh, no, he missed it. Not more than a chip shot, but it's no good. And this one is going to remain a tie
Lord
game.
Jesus.
Here's 1st down. Here's Purdy. In trouble, and down he goes. That's the big man out of Georgia, John Jenkins. In there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. To throw, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down. Big letdown defensively. They allow him to convert on 4th and long.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Throwing again is Purdy. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Look at him punch into the
It is
God.
The game is there
Oh
for the
my
taking. They
God.
control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it
What
and
did I
push the
do
ball
to you?
past the sticks. Even if they come up
I had to
short,
do
they
something
still
to
have
you to
4th
see
down
that.
in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
Killing it. Not killing him. But man, murdering his ass.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On 4th down, Purdy.
Oh,
He's
oh
got his
boy.
man right side.
Oh,
It's
I'm playing
complete.
timeout.
And he's going to have the 49ers 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on 4th down.
Big-time throw there sets them up really nicely. They find themselves well in field goal range for a potential game-winning field goal try. Under a minute. All they got to do is just keep working the clock, get as close as they can, send that kicker out there and see if he can make that kick.
And they're going to get all the way inside the 5. W's.
¡Ay, córame, córame! Córame,